Hello, everybody. Hello, Sparks fans. Welcome to my weird, wonderful world. And we're done all the albums. We've done all 26, but now we're going to sum it all up. And I'm doing this kind of late because I spent pretty much most of last night and pretty much most of this afternoon making some graphs for you. Yeah, you're gonna enjoy this. And so I want to get into it, but I want to, yeah, okay, let's start right from the beginning. Let's give you the rankings first, okay? I'm going to rate the 26 albums. I am only I'm only going to be doing the Kimono My House the 50 years later. I'll do that ranking tomorrow. I'm kind of exhausted a little bit, and I still have to do this and post this and everything. This took a lot longer than you would think. I was taking my time with it. I wasn't rushing myself, taking little breaks here and there, but it still takes quite a bit of man hours to do all this. But anyway, I did it, and I'm sure you'll appreciate it. I like doing stuff like this, and okay. So of course, in last place, you guys should know what that is. If you were keeping tracks thus far, interior design is my least favorite. At 25, it's the the seduction of Igmar Bergman. At number 24 is the music that you can dance to. At number 23 is Terminal Jive. At number 22 is Little Beethoven. At number 21, it's introducing Sparks. At number 20 is Indiscreet. At number 19, it's Balls. At number 18, Pulling Rabbits Out of a Hat. At number 17, A Woofer in Tweeter's Clothing. At number 16, Half Nelson. I'm I'm just always going to be calling it Half Nelson. I know what it's called, but yeah, always going to be called Half Nelson. At number 15, Exotic Creatures of the Deep. At number 14, Plagiarism. At number 13, Big Beat. At number 12, Gratuitous Sax and Senseless Violins. In number 11, ooh, we're getting to the top 10. So Gratuitous Sax, yep, got into the top 12. And then 11 is In Outer Space. Now we're in the top 10. This is at number 10. It is Womp That Sucker. So it's pretty high up there. So everything from 12 on up, it's in the nines. You know, so yeah, and everything below from 13 on down, that's all in the 8 point whatevers. Okay, so Womp That Sucker number 10, yep. That at number 9, Hello Young Lovers. At number 8, Hippopotamus. At number 7, The Girl is Crying in Her Latte. Yeah, it made the top 7. At number 6, A Steady Drip, Drip, Drip. At number 5, the Franz Ferdinand Sparks collaboration FFS. At number 4, Kimono My House. At number 3, top 3, yeah. Number 3, Number 1 in Heaven. At number 2 is Angst in My Pants. And of course, at number 1, Propaganda. Now, I can't wait to show you this because it's beautiful. Yeah, and it took me all afternoon to make this. So there's the graph of all the by rank, album rating, and then there's how many tracks are on the album, and then the next numbers is the number how many number tens in red, and then the B stands for the bonus track. So I only had 5 albums that had bonus tracks that I included. Then the red check marks are the ones that I own, though TOIH, the ones that are the ones I have, I either or. And then right after that I put DOB, it was date of birth, and those are the years they came out. Now, some people who don't understand my chart here will look at that and say, "Wow, interior design only got what, like, is that like 20 per, no, not, is that like 20%? No, remember the scale up here, it's an 8. 8, that's an 8. Now tell me, guys, if you had a girlfriend, okay, that was an 8 out of 10, you'd be pretty darn happy with her, wouldn't you? A solid 8 out of 10. She wasn't crazy. She was a pretty fun girl, and had a great personality. But she was an 8 out of 10. You'd be pretty stoked. Some really good, solid 8 out of 10s out there. So I'm just saying that 8 out of 8. Like the lowest score was no lower than an 8.318. That's the lowest score. So that's still a pretty decent score. That's almost a very good. It's between good. That's somewhere between good and very good. So, and that chart's pretty accurate. I made sure that I it's all measured in millimeters, so I know exactly that it's dead on, and it pretty much shows that you know, where everything sits. So you guys can, I keep this up long enough so you guys can take a really close look at it. But I also made another chart that goes with this, and okay, now I can take that down to show you my other chart. And this one's a little bit of an interesting chart, okay? And you can see that this is in chronological order. They're all starting right from here from Half Nelson with Wolfer, Kimono, Propaganda, and then you see this big gap right here. That first big gap, that's the 6 years that after interior design, and then they come back with gratuitous sax, and but after Igmar Bergman, they also took another 6 year hiatus before doing FFS, which rejuvenated the year. And I mean, they're old men now. They have to take 3 years between their new albums. I mean, but look in their back in the day when they were all nice and young. They were all those albums. Of course, they did two. They did two in '74. So that's why right here you can see that the third album being being Kimono, and it goes straight up to 4 because it's in the same year. And I hope, I hope, try to get that all in frame and hope that makes sense to you guys. But that's the scoring. Those are my scores of what The high peaks are the ones that I like, and the lower peaks are the ones that I don't like. Of course, way at the bottom there, album number 15. That's interior design. My least favorite. This really does go in concert with this, of course. Getting back a little bit more. Now you can't see the detail, but I had it close enough. I'll put this back up again, a little bit closer. So that should tell you pretty much. Can you see everything? Yeah, that pretty much should tell you everything. And I numbered all of them. You can, all up to 26. Yeah, I spent some time doing this. and it's worth it because now I'm going to put this away, and now I have a nice record of Sparkstember of what I thought of each album as I played them. It's really accurate. I think it's on the money. Remember, like, going back to this thing again, you can see how at the top, right, even though the Franz Ferdinand, okay, got the get the highest score, there are certain other factors including how many 10 out of 10s there are and so on. And then again, there's my personal feelings of which one I think I I still kind of enjoy more on a different level. There's a different level between, liking a song when you hear it because it has a certain sound and energy. You like the way the production is, you like the way he sings it, you like the notes that they're using, okay? But then there's a more deeper level that's almost unquantifiable in some ways that you say, well, that has a special connection because of this and this and that. That's not quite so identifiable by by the normal senses, okay? It's more intellectual, it's more and that's why, because those lyrics because I mean this chart here doesn't necessarily show what the influence of the lyrics are, okay? But when you really think back, and I thought about some of these, and like even right here, where you see that the exotic creatures, even though it got a little bit of a lower score than Half Nelson, you know, I really enjoyed it, and plus it got a 10 out of 10, right? So that's why that kind of got higher on the score. Like that technically should be underneath those three in some ways because of that 0.730. But because exotic creatures, has that 110 out of 10, and plus I love the whole I like the lyrics and the premise of it, and so yeah. Same thing with this. The girl is crying in her latte, beating out hippopotamus. Okay, yes, hippopotamus got the higher score, but no, the girl's crying in her latte. I enjoy that. I enjoy that more than hippopotamus, a little bit more. But for some reason, weirdly enough, a steady drip, drip, drip. I really do like that album. There's some good stuff on that. That kind of surprised me too. But thinking back, yeah, yeah, especially after these last listens, that's just how the score turned out and everything. I have all the albums here with me. I have it right next to the Franz Ferdinand, and as you see, I do have all of the Franz Ferdinand. I believe that is the whole collection. That is their entire discography that I know about. Because I remember when Larry Graves was listening to this album in particular, their debut album for his Patreon album request, he looked at he looked in Spotify at all the other albums that were there, and it was every single album that I had. So like I think it confirmed for me that I have it all. So I was happy because I wasn't sure until then. So what else do I want to talk about? Well, it was just it's mostly this stuff here. And look, I mean, I love when you look at the eras on the bottom of the '70s, how prolific they were in the '70s, and then okay, the '80s they were still almost as prolific, right? They still were putting out albums. I mean, just kind of one less than, and then in the '90s they slowed down a little bit. Then in the aughts, they slowed down a little bit. There's a bit of a consistency between the '90s and the 10,000 and the thousands. The aughts, I should say. But like I said, right after, and it's weird how for me again, the Igmar Bergman. is that could grow. That album for me, I think, could get a little bit higher up here. Now, I thought about making the adjustments for Indiscreet album number 5 here, but the adjustment would have been so tiny. I kind of did this uh before before doing this because I put the asterisk on the number next to Indiscreet because I did actually increase the rating on Under the Table with Her. I ended up giving it an 8 out of 10. So it just slightly bumped up the score by maybe about 20 to about I think about 40 points. So yeah. So I already had it up here enough. You can always go back, pause it, and everything. I don't want to make this episode too long. After all, because I spent a lot of time on this. But I do. Tomorrow will be a little different because now that I've done all this and I'm all ready, tomorrow I will come back. Okay, because we're not done. We're not done with the Sparkstember. So tomorrow, being Saturday, I want to do 2 episodes, especially talking about this. Okay, because I want to rate this, and then, again, this is just a bonus. Kimono My House, 50 years later. I want to talk a little bit more about the. I want to. I want to gather my thoughts tonight, and tomorrow I want to do an extensive, maybe a half an hour video where I talk about all the lyrics of Sparks as much as I can, of what really tickles me, what stands out. I'll do my homework tonight because I'll be looking. I mean, I'm only going to be referencing the lyrics that I actually have in my collection rather than the ones I don't have. I don't want to be, writing things down from the internet for other lyrics. But I will be talking, and whatever I can remember of the other lyrics, of course. But yeah, that I because I'm going to keep this bullet train rolling until the end of the month. I still want to do an episode where I'm ranking all the covers. I still need to do that. I still, yeah, yeah, and I'm still seriously thinking about going live. Um, yeah, I'm still using the free StreamYard. I saw Larry Graves' video about StreamYard today that he made. Well, you haven't seen it yet because it's only for members only right now. Because I'm a channel member of his channel, so I saw it, but you won't see it until he posts it public later, which he will. But yeah, it's interesting, and it makes me kind of weary about but I'm using it for free. So right now, that's all that matters. Okay, and I will, like I said, I'll be fixing the latency on that when I do. You'll know that I'm on for sure because I will at least at least 24 hours before I go live. I will pre-post it so that it'll be ready and it'll be ready to go when I go live. And like I said, it will be at 2. I want to do it at 2 p.m. Atlantic Daylight Time. That's in the for Canada here. Okay. All right, we're going to call it. Yes, I have fun with this. I am having fun with it. I will be using, like, when I talk more about it again tomorrow, I'll be using the graphs to show you and everything. But yeah, that's my ultimate score. I want I want you to tell me what you think of it. What you agree with, disagree. Remember though, it's all subjective. It really is all subjective, and it depends on on your environment you grew up in. It really does. It's all that. Yeah, music is unique for everybody. We can share in the commonalities. We can share. I mean, what makes it so shareable though is not the stuff that's there that we disagree with. It's the things that are universal about music that just yeah. For me, music is like one of the most important things in my life because it really soothes the soul. It does. And there's some people that okay, I want to say that for a completely different. I was just about to get philosophical, but no, I want to say that for another video. I do want to talk about I do want to do a video like especially the first week of October about the about our music appreciation, why we appreciate music and stuff and that. Okay, I want to let you go. It's 20 minutes now. I love you, and if you want to subscribe to my channel, if you're watching this for the first time, I would greatly appreciate it and will love you forever. And please hit the like button. I would greatly appreciate that too. It costs nothing to do, of course. And please, like I said, leave a comment. I really like to hear what you guys think of all this. And as always, please be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, have a great day, evening, morning, night, afternoon, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.